What you got here?
One of our K5s. I don't know. I have too many vehicles, and like I like one more than what Erin has. So I'm not real sure who we're gonna put this under, or me or her.
Well, I know who I went to get it for.
Yeah, and things have changed. She has a clapped out Bronco that I'm really trying to get her out of, and so she'll end up probably driving this. It's so nice though, I really like it.
So what is it? I mean, it's a K5 obviously.
87 K5. So, and it's got, I think it's got 104,000 original miles on it. It runs and drives amazing. 87's the first year of the fuel injection, so it's got the TBI motor with I believe it's a 700R transmission. I don't know. I could be wrong about that, and then I'm gonna get flamed for it. But,
they didn't come out with a 700R Ford till 91 and a half.
87. So, you know, but we peeled the top off of it yesterday or the day before, and I don't believe it's ever been off. But it came from where'd it come from?
Carolina.
Yeah, it came from North Carolina, and we 100% believed it was really rust-free, but Dad could be here to argue that fact. So he's the one that pulled it all apart, and he welded some patch panels in, and you know, it's not gonna be a show truck. Erin's gonna drive it, hopefully. Like, she drove it for a couple of days, and she knows she likes it better than her Bronco.
How could you not?
No,
Mainly
nobody.
it's not a Ford.
Nobody would drive that Bronco and then get in this and like the Bronco better.
Yeah.
Nobody would. So he's gonna jam it today. You're gonna be ready to jam it today, right?
Yeah, we're gonna jam it today.
And then after that, he's gonna paint it. The original color was white, like all of our vehicles. And so we're going to put, it's got blue interior, and we're gonna two-tone it with blue.
Oh, you're really doing that?
Yeah, no, we're gonna two-tone it.
That'll be sweet.
So I think square bodies look amazing two-tone.
Yeah.
So we found, Erin came over here while we were pulling the top off yesterday. Me and Aiden pulled the windows out. I broke the front window.
It happens.
Just to be clear on that deal, I was the one that broke that. It's almost impossible to get them things out without breaking them. Isn't that right, Tom? Unless you're Tom, and then Tom can do it. I obviously, if anybody who knows me knows that my patience is like this. I got about this much
being
patience.
generous.
After that, the window's got to come out.
If it breaks, it breaks.
So hey, I worked my ass off on one side, and I got it perfect. Like, it was pushing out and everything. I came over to the other side and then got in a hurry and boop, broke.
Yep.
So I firmly feel like when you're pulling a windshield out, especially on the front, don't even try. Like, the windows are like 89 bucks for this deal. So get in, put your foot to it, and kick that thing out of there. It would have been exactly the same thing that happened to the windshield that I pulled out of it.
Yep.
So Dad has already got, you know, 90% of the body work done on this deal. It was in pretty good shape. There was some rust back here like normal on these things. The rockers were actually in really good shape. Underneath is in really good shape on this deal.
It runs like a dream, man.
Yes.
This thing runs amazing.
Yes. And everything on this deal is really nice. Everything's original. Still got the original jack over here.
AC works.
AC works really good. I mean, it ain't finna blow your hat off or nothing.
No,
you know what I mean?
know.
But it works. Look at that.
Ugh.
Pull that out of there, honey.
No.
What? You don't want that in there?
I don't want to.
Oh, wasper. Oh, TJ got into some waspers.
Yep.
Ooh.
Man, just in case y'all are wondering, I've got to tell y'all, Sweet Tea Films, man, go watch that stuff. It's the funniest stuff you'll see all day.
Yep. So,
God dang, I forget all about that.
Yeah, I forget about it until I see a wasp nest or something. And then I got into some waspers. So, but anyways, my biggest issue here is Erin's Bronco has the 5.8 liter. You know, it's got the intake on it that looks like a 5.0 Fox body. Well, it runs like shit. Like, it has no power.
It has a terrible exhaust leak. Just
I mean, other than that, it's, can't even believe I'm gonna say this. It's a really nice Bronco.
it is. It is.
But it's a Bronco.
It ain't no
So,
K5.
It definitely ain't no K5, man. It's I don't know. I don't want to shit on her Bronco too bad because we're gonna be selling it here pretty soon.
No, hey, this thing is nice.
This thing is top shelf. This is a dime piece.
Yep.
You know. But hey, it's. I'm trying to think. I don't want to lie here. It's never broke down on you.
It's nice for a Ford.
Yeah.
Oh,
and it's
you could drive it anywhere.
It's a 92, 93.
Like you could get it.
What year is
drive
it?
across the country.
What year is
It's
it?
a
Well, I don't know
93.
about across the country.
You could.
It would.
If it was all you had and there was no
And there
rental
wasn't
vehicles.
a 75 Caprice convertible sitting next to it that you could take, then yes, it would be okay to drive across the country. But no, hey, she drives it everywhere. She drives it every day.
It idles good.
Has a... The idle on this thing haunts my dreams. And I can't... She's looked it up. And everything says, oh, it idles up and idles down so much. It's like she's got the AC running all the time. And every time the AC kicks on, the thing idles up and then it kicks off and it idles down. And I can't handle it. Like, it kills me. But everybody's like, oh, it's vacuum leaks. And you open the hood and there's just vacuum lines everywhere. Like, everywhere on that thing. So I did what I know how to do when you got a vacuum leak. You take carb cleaner and you spray it everywhere, all over everything, and it didn't change the idle at all. So there's no vacuum leaks on this deal. Like, it's mint. Like I said, it's mint. But anybody who knows how to tune stuff like that needs to tune it, and it's probably going to be okay.
Yeah.
But it's got how many miles? 200?
220.
220,000 miles on it. I keep on wanting to say it's nice for a Ford, but it is. It's pretty nice. And I don't just hate Fords. We have an Excursion that I love. So.
But you'd love it more if it was a Suburban with a Duramax.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But GM fucked that deal up.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, we came out to, you know, at least give Dad a solid hour's worth of our time today.
At least some moral support.
Yeah, we're at least gonna tell him, hey man, looks good.
You're killing it, Rick.
Yeah, you're doing a good job. He wants me to help him tape off, and that is one of my least favorite, and I'm terrible at it. He should remember from when I was a kid and he'd have me tape something off, that it would take me an hour.
That he'd have to redo it.
Yes, that he'd have to redo it, or there'd be paint all over the window or whatever it was that I was taping off. So, luckily we took all the windows out of this thing, and
that's why I had Erin come.
when you jam it, are you gonna do the top at the same time?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, it looked like you touched that deal.
That's why you're here.
Okay. So I guess we're gonna start sanding.
Ugh.
I know, I hate it, but it's gotta be done.
There's not.
Just the top for it?
Yeah, and you can see somebody's had a rack on it. I kind of like to put that rack back on it, but you know, oh well. And then these back here have some sort of wing for whenever, I don't know. Man, people will really flame us on this deal.
Are you going to put it back on?
No, probably not. Because there's two different things that people say that they're for.
Yeah.
Some people say that they are to keep exhaust from blowing up in the back, which I don't believe anything keeps that from happening. And then another thing is to keep shit off the back window to where you can see out of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Depends on who you ask, I guess. I'm sure somebody knows what they're really for. But like my Wagoneers, they have those too, you know, like the wings on the back of them. They say that whenever the wind blows, it hits that and it keeps the dust and everything off of the back window for you to see, because these things don't have wipers.
Yeah.
That don't mean nothing.
So the story behind this thing is, like, supposedly, and you know, we found the old title and it said it was Kurt Busch's dad. Owned this
Kurt and Kyle Busch's dad. So, I don't know. But the title definitely said, what was the guy's name, honey? Something Busch.
Yeah.
Wayne? Okay. What did it say on the title? What was the guy's name?
Was it Wayne or?
I don't remember either. But if I guessed Wayne and I'm right, then that's pretty good. But what's crazy is, allegedly, so the story goes that he had it for a long time and he wanted to fix it up, and so he took it to a body shop, and the body shop that he took it to, they did a lot of work to it, like had a new headliner in it, the back seat was reupholstered, somebody had already jammed in the back tailgate. I don't know. They had new carpet in it. You know, they were on their way to doing some stuff. Somebody had started doing body work. I'm glad they just started, and that's it, because they were just going to cover all the rust up. So whoever was doing that, you probably shouldn't do body work.
Yeah.
But so anyways, from what I understand, they said they came to Kyle and Kurt's dad, whatever his name is.
Let's go with Wayne.
Mr. Bush.
George W. I think it was.
And so they came to him and said that they were ready to reupholster the front seats, that they needed the seats. And he said, well, it's with all the other stuff that I already gave you. Well, I guess they said he didn't give it to him. He said he did give it to him. They got into an argument. He went and picked it up and then sold it. So then we got it.
So, and coincidentally, you bought this from the guy that bought Kilo.
I bought this from the guy who bought Kilo from me, yes.
Yep.
So, and it would have been really nice if he would have told me that he had this before he made the trip all the way to Oklahoma. Because then a couple of days later, you made the trip to him in Kentucky.
Bowling Green, Kentucky.
You went to Bowling Green, Kentucky to get this.
Yep.
Ooh. Wow. That's a deep one there. Look at that. And, but anyways, we love it. You know, like it.
It's a cool truck.
In the world of K5s, this thing is pretty rust free.
Yeah.
Like it's got rust on it, and whenever you just looked at it, it didn't seem to have any rust on it. But once you get into it, you know, everything's always going to have rust, especially something like this. But it has been well taken care of. It's really cool. And what's even funnier is that after Erin saw the blue interior and thought that she really wanted it to be two-tone. You know, I'm all for two-tone.
Yeah.
Anything on a square body, I'm all for two-tone. I love it. Especially, we're not the type of people where we ain't going back with this thing as far as, I think I'm gonna have to put these back in it.
Not all original.
We like all original, you know, on stuff like this. We're not the people who, I'm gonna put these back in it, I'm just gonna paint. We'll just paint over these, because at some point I may end up getting this deal and then we'll just have these in them. Because what it looks like is these don't look like the original. These look like the rubber inserts that you put in. And then whenever you put the bolt in it, it spreads out. Yeah. So I'm probably just gonna pull these bolts out. These will cover up just with something real easy, you know. This top, basically, man, we're gonna take that Scotch-Brite right there. We'll take the Scotch-Brite, almost wash all the dirt off of this with that Scotch-Brite, and it's ready to paint. Not a whole lot you can do to these tops. But anyways, we're the people that we want these things. I want something like this build to go back. Is that broken windshield that I took out? To go back almost to the new build we can do. So, whenever she said that she wanted to do the two-tone, and I 100% agreed, go back blue the blue stripe in the middle. There's a couple different ways that you can do it. A lot of people go off of the body line on a K5. If you know anything about a square body, you know that body line, you can't miss it.
Very distinct.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I like to go higher than the body line. There's two different ways to two-tone this deal. You can go to that body line, or you can go about 3 inches higher than that body line. That's the way I like it.
Yeah.
If you go to the body line, on the bottom, you can't really go any lower than what the molding is on the bottom. You can't move that molding down because it wraps around the rear tail lights. There's only one spot that that bottom molding can go. So then that puts the stripe like a foot tall is all. Stripe looks better, wider.
Yep.
So in my opinion, that's the way that they should be, and that's the way that we're gonna do this one. Something's poking me in the ass.
Ugh.
Ugh. So, but what's even crazier than that is we had decided to do all of this and paint it this way. And then we looked through the glove box and Mr. Bush had a picture of what he wanted it to look like. And it was two-tone with the blue in the middle.
Oh, that's cool.
So it was really cool that his vision of this truck, I don't know if the whole vision was gonna match our vision, but at least the paint job was gonna look the same. Let me look. Honey, is that picture still in there of how he wanted it? Dad, the back here, come and look at this. I think we're just gonna have to paint over these, and then at some point, I'll probably end up getting this deal, because these are the rubber pieces that you can't take out. So let's just take over.
Oh, there it is.
Did you see it? Oh.
Yeah, so this was actually in the glove box after they had decided that they wanted to do a two-tone with the blue. You'll see the date when this was printed out was 10/5/19, so it's a pretty good coincidence. North 87 Blazer.
That's what's up.
Did you see the picture?
Yeah.
Let me see. Okay, see, this is what I'm talking about. So this is a little darker blue than what we want to go. We want to.
It's the stock blue.
This isn't?
No.
Okay.
No, that's not
the blue that we're going with is the stock 1987 that could
light,
possibly
medium
come
blue,
on this
dark.
deal. This right here is a little bit darker than what we want. But see how he went above the body line? Whoever painted this went above the body line. That's the stripe that I want to do, just below the mirror. And then round it in the front right there. In my opinion,
that'll be cool.
that's the way it's got to be. Yep.
Here's my question that I need answered from our viewers. Where do these formats come from? Are these stock? Because these are sweet.
Somebody commented on my Instagram that they had the exact same format.
Well, we looked at that one here a while back that had the same formats in it too. They're sweet.
Yeah, I like it too.
So somebody answer that. Those factory OEM or just some cool aftermarkets?
It's gotta be like some O'Reilly stuff.
I'm sure they are, but man, those are cool.
Yeah, I like it.
This tire is...
So we're just gonna single stage the top and the door jambs.
So when you say single stage, I don't know nothing about bodywork. Single stage, you're gonna spray this thing one time.
Single.
One single stage, like a single stage of nitrous.
Single stage. Yep.
Spray it once.
Single stage is clear, paint, everything.
All in one.
All in one.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's how they used to do everything. And now they call it, the stuff that isn't single stage is base coat, clear coat. Like there is no base coat, clear coat here. It's a single stage.
So like a new vehicle?
Enamel.
Okay.
Isn't that what they used to call it, Dad?
Yeah.
So we're gonna enamel paint it.
So-
And it looks just as good. Well, you can't make it as shiny out in the sun because you buff all the clear. You wet sand, you buff all the clear, but you can still wet sand and buff it, but you're wet sanding and buffing the lacquer that's on it, you know, not just the clear.
So is that why the shine on the donk doesn't last very long?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
those cars are not base coat clear coat.
Okay, they're
from
just-
the factory.
Okay. Man, when he finished that thing, it looked like a brand new car.
It didn't last very long though.
No.
And then you can also see where you can buff through all that stuff really easily.
Yeah.
Because it's the paint. It's not the clear. So I've known y'all for a long time now.
Yep.
And Shawn, y'all have bought quite a few vehicles for you that we've had to bring to Richard to get fixed up. I've never seen you sand on one.
I've never sanded on one.
Oh, okay. How'd you get talked into this one?
I'm not really sure.
Like, he said we was all three coming out here, and
Yeah.
I was like, all right, that's cool. I didn't realize he was gonna put you to work.
Yeah. No, something about it's my K5, yada yada yada. But we really all know since the moment you brought it home, whose K5 it's gonna be.
Uh-huh.
Because you saw the twinkle in his eye.
Yeah.
And
I
you-
sent him all those pictures on the way home. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Of this thing. And how it instantly became your K5.
Yeah.
No, it was supposed to be mine to begin with.
What?
Until y'all saw all the pictures. And then it's Aiden's, it's yours. My son already thinks he's gonna drive this. This is his first vehicle. He's driving this deal to school. What he thinks.
Yeah, he said book
If
for
it's up to him, it has straight pipes on it.
Oh, man. You can beat that out of him.
I know. And I will too. I told him as long as that he can have straight pipes all he wants whenever he moves out of his at my house.
Yep.
And I don't buy it for him.
Yep.
Because he goes to Union City.
Yeah, he's been hanging out with all them rednecks out at Union City. And now he thinks Fords are cool and straight pipes are cool.
Man, what got me the most though is when he said he wanted that 12 valve Cummins.
He don't even have an idea what a 12 volt Cummins is. 12 valve. Did I say 12 volt?
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, you know, whatever.
Whatever it takes. Volts, valves.
He just knows all of his friends are looking at trucks and getting ready to drive because all his friends are older.
Yeah, he's about a year younger than all of his friends.
He
So
looks
all of
2
his
years
friends-
older though.
Yeah. All of his friends are, you know, about to turn 16, looking at vehicles to buy.
So is this just Bondo or what's this?
It's basically Bondo. It's called Dolphin Glaze. And
Like dolphin?
Dolphin?
Like a
Yeah.
like flipper dolphin?
Yeah.
Huh.
Where's it at? Yeah, Dolphin Glaze is what it's called.
Oh, okay.
And it's basically Bondo, except it's really easy to sand.
Oh. So just let that get real good and hard and then smoother back out?
It's pretty close. Like if he wanted to come in right now, you couldn't sand it right now, but he could come in and he's got a deal called a cheese grater. Looks like a cheese grater.
Yeah.
And he could at least get it smooth, knock off all the edges.
So I noticed in a couple places it's got this stuff right here. Like how does he know, like just right there? Is it just a feel thing from doing it for so long, or
How's he know where the body lines go?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Oh,
don't
I
know.
thought you were talking about, there was little imperfections right there.
Yeah, that's like why is that there?
Yeah,
I-
no.
That's to fill those little imperfections.
But whenever he goes to sand that, he has to know the body line and the curve of the body and all that. Otherwise, you can mess it up real quick. I don't know. I can't do that.
I gotcha.
That part of that didn't translate over to all the years when he was yelling at me, telling me to sand this. You know?
Yep.
It goes along with him not knowing how to tape off stuff.
It's probably because he does the same shit to me that I did to do to Aiden. Is you just assume
Yeah.
you're 14 years old, boy. You should know. You know, and instead of taking the time to teach them,
Yeah.
you just expect that they should know. And when you're that 14-year-old boy or 8-year-old boy, in my case, because he had me slave driving me whenever I was little, you don't want to disappoint them.
Yeah.
Or really, you don't care about disappointing them. You just don't want to get yelled at. So you just try the best that you can. It doesn't ever really work out.
You and Richie needed to be yelled at.
So I just want to be the first one to point it out in this video, since that's one of the first things that everyone else has been pointing out in the last couple, is you're wearing shoes today.
Oh,
Everyone
yeah.
always asks if you even own shoes.
Well, there's a reason for that. First thing this morning, whenever I got up, I say first thing this morning, it doesn't matter what time you get up, it's always first thing in the morning. I had the van, which I just sold this morning.
Sold your shorty van.
I sold my shorty van. So I had it full of cardboard boxes. You know, we've been getting a whole lot of stuff in recently for the 55 build. And so, oh, this sucks. This part of this deal sucks. Man, but look, it's coming off pretty good. So as long as I scrape it all, look at that.
Yeah.
See how much easier it comes off now once you soften it up a little bit with lacquer? It was full of cardboard boxes. So I took it all to the dumps this morning. I love my sandals, but it's snowing outside. And if anybody ever goes to the dumps, I really don't want to step in mud puddles at the dump.
Yep.
So yes, I went home after that, but I left shoes on, because anybody else who wears sandals all the time knows that in this weather,
God, my feet are terrible.
your heels will crack
Man, it's
if
so
you don't wear
painful.
shoes every once in a while. So yes, I do have on shoes.
So that answers y'all's question.
I'm not real happy about it, but
No, it's not cool, but neither is cracked heels. Erin and Richard are in here taping off. What do you like better, taping off or sanding?
Doesn't matter to me. Sure, I'll get yelled at either way.
Yeah. So actually, the first road trip that I took in my new SS truck that I've been doing the videos on was to Garden City, Kansas. And I picked up a set of seats for this thing that have armrests on them, because once you drive a vehicle with armrest and then you get a vehicle without armrest, you decide that that vehicle without armrest needs armrest. So found something out of like a 90 Blazer or 91 Blazer or something like that to go in this thing. So what's this thing almost ready to paint?
yeah, I hate wiping it down.
Yeah.
It sucks. But after this, I'll get the tack rag, wipe it down some more.
So what are you wiping?
Just any dirt that's on it. Like, see, this was new. See all this black shit already?
Oh, okay.
Just anything that we hadn't blown off. You know, it'll get real bad once I start wiping that down. And then, whenever I was a kid, you know, I was growing up, and this is what I used to do. I used to love it whenever Dad would paint single stage,
Yeah.
because after the first coat of single stage, you don't tack it off because it never dries. Like, if it's base coat, clear coat, after, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, probably not even 10 minutes, then after every coat, you go in with a tack rag and wipe it down.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Whereas single stage, you don't. So I used to like it. I didn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
See,
Oh yeah.
like, look at that. I mean, basically, man, this was my summers.
Yeah.
This is what I did. And well, once I got old enough to do this, other than that, it was sweeping the floors, picking up tools.
Yeah.
You know, all Dad's Taiwan tools. You know, I walk around and I feel like that's part of the reason that I have such nice tools, because growing up, everything we had was piece of shit tools, you know, and there was no rhyme or reason where he put them in his toolbox. You just throw them in there.
Yeah.
So he didn't know if any tools were missing anyways.
I've been digging through his box a couple times a day, and he's still that way.
Yeah, no, nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. And I've gave him some tools and a toolbox, because when I left Midwest, I had an extra toolbox full of Snap-on nice tools, you know? Well, at some point, you don't want to get rid of none of that stuff. I might need it one day.
Yeah.
So I just took the whole box and everything out to Dad's, which it's at his house, and that's what he uses at his house. But I don't know. I feel like when you get old enough to have your own tools, and that's the reason that I have nice tools, is because the way I grew up, man, you would, if you needed a 9/16, you walked around the shop until you found one.
Yeah.
You know, and then you used it. And man, anybody that knows anything knows that man, there's certain things out there. You know, the Cobalt tools are pretty good. The Craftsman tools, you know, I grew up with Craftsman tools. The first kit I feel like anybody ever got for themselves is probably a Craftsman set.
No doubt about it.
Those are good tools, but I'm talking the ones that say Taiwan and stuff on them. That's what I grew up with him having. And I'm like, I don't know how you can work on anything with these tools. Man, they don't ever fit the bolts right. You end up rounding them off, you know, and I feel like that is what made me strive to get, look at that.
Oh yeah.
Strive to get the tools that I have now, you know. There's a right tool for every job, you know. And it's not a crescent.
No. But sometimes it's the right tool.
Hey, no, I use a crescent a lot.
I had to go over with them the other day whenever I was doing the transfer case for my truck. And the snap rings in that thing sucked, man. So I just told them, whatever tool that you can find that gets these snap rings off is the right tool for the job, because, man, they sucked.
Come up out here and wipe the doors down. Is that right, Dad? What's that? When I was younger, I used to like it whenever you would paint single stage stuff, because after that first coat, my job was done. Yeah. There's no tack rag in between coats on single stage, like there's base coat, clear coat. Yeah, the first time, man, and it never dries enough that you could go in and tack it. So, but the base coat, clear coat, every 5-7 minutes, you know, you go in and you wipe it down.
So what's this deal now? What is?
This is a tack rag. And you know why they call it a tack rag? Because your hands are sticky when you get done using it. Yeah, you always try to use just one hand, but it never works, so that the other hand doesn't get tacky, but it doesn't work. So this right here, you just run over everything, and if there's any dirt, anything like that, it sticks to it. So this is what you'll use in between coats too, is a tack rag. There's also something else that Dad used to always make me do, and it kind of feels like the Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Because he used to always bitch at me, and we always called it 3812, and what it is it's a wax and grease remover. He used to always tell me, you take one rag, you put the 3812 on it. You take the other rag that's clean, you wipe it off. So you wipe it on, you wipe it off. You wipe it on, you wipe it off. And I was never good at wiping it off.
Yeah.
I always wipe it on, but then I get yelled at. Because if you don't wipe it off, there's no sense in doing it. So whenever we painted Aiden's K5, That's how I used to always tell him. So now I get to tell Aiden all the shit that my dad used to tell me when I was little.
Yeah.
Look, if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it right, you know? But it is amazing the stuff that, like nowadays, even I'll walk behind Erin, if she's sanding a corner or something, I'm going, look, prep work is where everything's at. That's what makes a good paint job. Like, paint job could be the best in the world, but if you don't get the edges, and so it's not gonna stick to them edges, it's gonna mess the whole paint job up. So.
Seems like prep work is one of the most important parts of just about any sort of
everything. Yeah. Painting
like engine
is
building
simple.
and
Anybody can paint.
Yeah.
Painting is simple because if you fuck it all up and you run it everywhere, it doesn't matter because you can wet sand and buff all that stuff off. So that's doesn't even matter. But if your body work sucks and your prep work sucks, doesn't matter how good of a painter you are, you can't make up for that.
right.
But you could be a shitty painter, but a really good body guy, and it'll still come out looking good. I can't remember how old I was when I painted my first car. Like,
So you've actually painted like
oh yeah, yeah. Dad, how old was I, you think, whenever I painted my first car? Like whenever I painted something. I'm sure it was the inside of the bed of a truck or, you know, jams like this or something. But Aiden's painted.
yeah.
We didn't paint that first truck of yours, did we? Just primed it.
Yeah, I know, it was just primer. Yeah, but we painted a Jeep for it.
Yeah.
I probably painted some of that Jeep.
Yeah, you probably painted the inside of that.
Yeah. But Aiden painted, what did Aiden paint out here? Did he paint some of his K5?
No, he
What did he
painted, remember he painted that jug or something that on
Yeah, no, he did all that, but what did you actually let him paint something out here.
his car. On his car. He painted some on the inside of his car.
The K5?
Yeah.
He actually went to a class at the Votech for
He did.
the paint body, didn't he?
He did.
That, you know, same school we went to learn how to weld.
That's right. Hopefully he learned.
Yeah. So is that like paint is what he's done your whole life? Like that's
My wife.
like never had any other sort of job. He
I don't
just
think he's ever had another job.
yeah. Besides when he was in the army or whatever. Is that what he did in the army too?
Yeah. No. Not real sure what he did in the army. But I know that he did quit paint body one time and he went to work as a prison guard.
Oh really?
Yeah. Nah.
He way too nice for that.
That wasn't for him. That wasn't for him.
Yeah.
No, I think it was the punching a clock wasn't for him.
Oh yeah.
He said the inmates didn't bother him. You know, he didn't have a problem with them. You know, he always told me, no, if you're nice to them, you know, they're gonna be nice to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't do it for long. There it is, white. Like blind your eyes white.
Yep.
Anybody who knows us knows that whenever we put white on something,
It is white.
it's white. It's what all whites are made from. It is the mixing white.
It's the same color Shop Truck is. It's the same color Kilo was.
Yep.
I mean, anything that's ever been painted white from Richard for Shawn is this white, and it is white. Make you wear sunglasses when it's outside white. He said he doesn't even wear his glasses in there, that stuff's, because that stuff's so
Sticks to
sticky.
it? Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah.
Like whenever you get out of there, and that's the reason I don't mind being in the paint booth with him. And before he started using the gravity feed guns, he used to use the cups, the cup gun. And the reason that everybody swapped to those gravity guns is because there's not near as much overspray everywhere. So the other guns,
Yeah.
like it'd be so cloudy in there you can't hardly see.
Really?
But then again, we didn't have a backdraft paint booth like he does now. So it would anything that it set on, it was
Yeah.
over. Sucked everything down that's floating around in here. Well, look, he ran it already. There's a big dent in the roof.
Is there?
There's some nail dents.
Man, there's a big dent in there.
Yeah, I didn't see those either.
Hey, we just won't tell nobody.
Yeah.
Man, that is a big dent right there.
Here. Oh man. Oh man.
Damn. Yeah, here, stand up here and look at that.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
There's another one right there. Boop. Right there.
Yeah, well.
Look, I told him, he was like, Dad always asked me, like, what are you gonna do with this? He was like, I know you can sell this thing within a year. And I'm like, no, I'm not, I'm gonna keep this one, you know, as I always say. And he's like, so that determines on how good of a job he does. If he gets all the dents out or if he just gets most of them. Well, he's like, well, you're not lowering this thing. Nobody's gonna see the roof, you know. That's how Dad works.
Yeah.
I don't care about the roof. If there's a dent like that in the side of this deal, yeah. There ain't no dents like that in the side, is there? Okay, cool.
Nah.
I can deal with the dents in the
Look at the
roof.
difference.
Yeah.
This is regular white, Chevrolet white.
Yeah.
This is what y'all think is white, and that's what's white.
Yes. Yeah, I don't care about no dents in the roof. Erin will never even see that.
No.
Plus, it's white.
Yeah.
And-
That's one of the beauties of white.
That's the beauty of white, man, is you can cover up anything.
And Tom will say it's only a truck.
Yeah, it's just a truck. We'll be out here painting both of the race cars before too long. There won't be any dents in them.
No dents in that.
No. Especially the new car. Old car, maybe a couple of dents in
I
it.
mean, that's, you know, that's kind of the beauty of the OG. I don't even know what's going to happen to the new car, though. Y'all ain't even ready.
So we only got a quart of the paint. And so after that first, you know, little bit of paint that he put on the cab, he knew he was going to run out. So he's using this for a base. And then once the base is laid down, he'll put one good coat of the real white over the top of this. I know all them tricks though. Like we've had things before that like lighter paints take way more coats to cover it. So if you paint something a little bit darker over it first and then paint the light, it doesn't take as many. Yeah.
No, it's pretty
He
good.
got it pretty even too, didn't he? Man, you can damn sure tell the difference in the white though, can't you?
Oh, yeah.
See, to me, that doesn't even look white to me.
No, it's like,
Probably because my whole life, literally my whole life, my truck that I drove in high school, well, I say in high school, truck I drove in high school was primer. But the truck that I got my senior year, square body.
Yeah.
That's right. It was a 77. I put an 84 front clip on it, which, by the way, takes a lot of work to do that. They don't just bolt on like everybody thinks.
Yeah.
They do, except the hood hinges. The hood hinges on the older ones, like the 77, the hood hinges are on the fenders. The
and the
newer
hood's
ones
always
are on the
been right in
cab.
the middle.
The newer ones are on the cab. You have to literally cut the cab out and then weld in a piece.
Oh, wow.
So anyways, and we painted it the white, and that's the first paint job I ever had that was the mixing white. Because I told Dad, no, I want it to blind you in the daytime. When
Yeah.
you walk outside and you look at this thing, I want people to do this. And Dad's like, okay. And it did.
So he said this is a GM white, so this is like Summit white, like would be on
Yes, yeah, this is close to a Summit White, which is what the new truck that I just bought is. My dually, the man van, all of those are Summit White. And you don't notice that they're not white until they get up next to something white.
Yeah.
And then you'll notice it. Man, hey, it looks pretty good, Dad. You got it, like, it's pretty even and everything. I'm glad you didn't put another coat on of the Raptor. Oh, yeah.
Is this another potential project, or?
No, I like this.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's stock. No, basically, I wanted to take some measurements on where we're at with everything.
No, I just want that. I want that emblem. Can you get that for me?
Letters of E, so what is that?
I don't know.
I used to know this shit when I was in the car business.
So how we were talking earlier, you have a certain way you want your two-tone done.
Yes, original.
So Chuck just happened to know where an original K5 or Jimmy was for you to measure from.
Yes. And yeah, just parked. They just parked this.
The guy needed a ride home. Like, I mean, he drove it here and then he got a little drunk and then he needed a ride home. So he Ubered home and then 12 years later, it's still in the same spot.
12 years later.
Sitting at Meathead's house.
So I